Ever get that feeling?
No.
Like you're at the grocery store and every time you blink, the prices have jumped up again.
Yeah, I know that feeling.
Well, one of the things that might be driving those prices up is something you might not expect. Tariffs. Yeah,
Tariffs.
those taxes on imported goods, they can actually have a pretty big impact on your wallet and on the whole economy too.
Huh. I guess that makes sense.
We've actually gotten a lot of questions from you all about tariffs.
Oh, yeah.
And we thought we'd do a deep dive into how those global trade moves, with tariffs and stuff, how they affect us right here in the U.S.
It's actually pretty interesting how something that sounds as boring as like international trade policy
Yeah,
can have like a huge domino effect on our everyday lives.
totally. I think we've all heard the term trade war thrown around.
Oh, yeah.
But what does that actually mean?
Well, imagine like a playground, right?
Yeah.
And one kid throws sand at another kid.
Yeah.
And then obviously the other kid throws sand back.
Right.
And then before you know it, everyone's throwing sand. That's kind of like a trade war. One country will put tariffs on goods from another country, to protect their own industries.
Right.
And then the other country retaliates with their own tariffs, and things can spiral out of control pretty fast.
Okay, that makes sense.
Okay.
So one country is trying to protect its own industries. But I was looking at some research that we have.
Yeah.
And it says that sometimes the prices of goods that aren't even directly hit by those tariffs, those can go up too.
Oh, yeah.
How does that happen?
Well, let's say there's a tariff on imported steel,
Okay.
right? That's going to make imported steel more expensive.
Right.
And then domestic steel producers, they're suddenly facing less competition.
Ah, okay.
They've got more power, basically,
That's right.
to raise their prices,
Okay.
even if their own production costs haven't changed at all.
Wow.
And it doesn't just happen with steel either. This can happen with other goods too. Like we've seen price increases in things like electronics and clothing, after tariffs were placed on those imports.
So it's not just, you slap a tariff on a thing and that thing gets more expensive. It kind of has these ripple effects on other things in the market too.
Exactly, yeah.
But, in our research, we also saw that some businesses can actually benefit from tariffs.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Can you explain that?
Yeah, so certain domestic industries, they can get this sort of short-term advantage when tariffs make it harder for imported goods to compete, right?
Okay.
Like, think about those steel producers again.
Yeah.
Suddenly, there's more demand for their products because the stuff from overseas just got way more expensive.
Right.
So, yeah, they definitely benefit in that kind of situation.
So there are winners in this trade war.
I don't know if I call them winners exactly. It's more complicated than that, right?
Yeah.
Because even though some industries might get a temporary boost, when you look at the bigger picture, the impact of tariffs tends to be negative for the economy in the long